Hey folks, this is me again. And this is a rare twofer. That's right. This is the second option or the second session of our outsourcing discussion that I started earlier this morning. Okay, so in the last session, I told you about why I think outsourcing is actually a good thing and how it can actually benefit you. But I promised I would give you some tips and some areas to start with, but I didn't do it. Uh, Thank you for those who pointed that out to me. So let's jump right into that. So first off, let's talk about let's remind each other of why exactly we're going to do this in the first place. Why is it? Why would you outsource? Well, first and foremost, the main reason you're going to outsource, and to be honest with you, if this doesn't get you a benefit, you really shouldn't do it. But the reason you're going to do it is because you're trying to free up some time for yourself, so you can do some things, some other things that you might want to do. Okay, it really comes down to that. If you are absolutely happy, love doing everything that you do on a day-to-day basis, and you just couldn't live without it, by all means, don't stop. Keep doing what you're doing, and that's just perfectly fine. All right. I'm trying to get out of the way of this shadow that's hitting me here. But yeah, well, I guess that just means the sun has come up, which is a good thing. Okay, so remember that. So that's the key. We're trying to free up some time so we can do some stuff that we enjoy a little bit more. All righty. So first off, I gave you an example earlier, as my personal example about grass cutting. Grass cutting, like I said, I love to have a great lawn, have it look good, but I just don't really like to do it. So I would highly suggest this to anyone who's cutting grass, who grew up cutting grass. Matter of fact, all of my fellas out there who grew up cutting grass, not to not to offend you ladies who've done the same, but generally speaking, all of my fellas who cut grass or whose parents had the great idea that, hey, my child has hay fever, so we're gonna get through that by having him cut grass. I'm not gonna say any names, mom and dad, but you know, that is something that I vowed to myself that if I could ever get around that, I'm gonna do that. And I'm at that point in my life where, yeah, me and cutting grass they don't necessarily go together. Two, since we're coming up upon winter, I know I hate to bring that up, seeing as how we're just ending summer in a couple of days, but the reality is winter is coming, and snow is heavy. So snow blowing or shoveling the snow. If you can figure out a way to outsource that, that is a great one. I personally like this one in particular, especially if you have a lot of young people in your neighborhood, because grass cutting and snow blowing are great starter businesses for teenagers. I mean, they just are. I mean, these are services that always need to be done, and not only by outsourcing them to those teenagers, not only are you helping, you're getting the services done that you need done, but you're also stoking the fires, those entrepreneurial fires of some teenagers, and putting some money in their pockets, right? So it's like a threefold good thing. That's a wonderful thing. Um, if you the snow blowing, like I said, or snow removal. If you can really find somebody to get that done for you, do it, because I'm not joking. Snow is heavy. There are a lot of, what I mean. I'm getting close to 50 now. I didn't think about this when I was 30, but now that I'm 50, I'm like, man, especially when this stuff is wet, it's just something I don't want to do. I can do it. I'm physically capable of doing it and doing it well. But then again, like I said, I'm sure there's some younger people around that would perfectly love to do it and get paid for it. So I'm going to help them out this year. So that's two, snow blowing. Three, and this is one that we've done in our household for a while. A house cleaning. About once every 2 weeks or so, we have a house cleaner come to the house, and she does that. She cleans the house. Now, I will say that after years of watching my wife have a house cleaner come in, seems like it's more stressful for her because it seems like she has to clean the house before the house cleaner comes, which I never really understood. But whatever. When she when the house cleaner comes, she does a great job. The house looks great for 2 weeks. Well, it looks great all the time. My wife does a great job with that. But it looks great all the time. But I tell you, it's nothing like coming home to a freshly cleaned bathroom that you didn't clean. it's wonderful. Okay. 4, laundry. Now, here's a laundry, especially if you have teenage or kids that are, let's say, anywhere between 9 and above. I would say 8 and so between the ages of maybe 6 and 9, you're training them. But then when your kids turn 9, 10, it's time to start turning stuff over. And that is kind of where we are right now. Right now, I've got 3 daughters right now, and I am so happy to tell you that they are becoming laundry geniuses. They're not so good with actually doing the laundry, but they can fold it like nobody's business. And I hate to fold laundry, so that's their job, and it's wonderful. But the cool and let's see. So we got that one. The next one that I haven't quite mastered this one, but it's coming, and that's kid transport. Like I said, I have 3 very active daughters, and they are, man, transporting them to their activities is time consuming. So one of the cool things that I'm hoping to work on now that we've got a teenager that that is driving and wants some. I don't know if we'll give her any extra money for this, but I don't know. We'll discuss that later. But a teenager that's driving, she is going to do some transporting. She's already started this summer, and let me tell you, it's nothing. I mean, I'm sure you all have seen this. I mean, it's nothing worse when you're in the middle of a project, you're doing something, and you're in your flow, and then you look up, and then you got one of your children looking at you like, "Hey, I got to get to my practice that's 30 minutes away," and you're like, okay. So there you go. You flow killed, and now it's going to take you another hour and a half to finish this project that you could have finished in 15 minutes if you would have just been able to complete it. So kid transport, again, this is a sensitive one because we're talking about our kids. So make sure you're doing it with somebody you trust, preferably somebody that you're raising and paying for already, i.e. an older sibling, and let them do it, right? That gives them, they get to learn a little bit more responsibility. And like I said, you're paying for this already. So it's a twofer. And here's a bonus one. Now, I haven't tried this one yet, but I'm going to try this one pretty soon. I have been working to eat healthier. I love to cook, but the reality is when I cook, everything seems to always turn out to be some form of chicken, rice, and some type of steamed vegetable. I know there are a whole lot of other food combinations out there, but the reality is I just don't seem to ever get around to them. And when I do, they take freaking forever. So this year, the end of this year, before the end of the year, I'm going to figure this one out. I heard that you can actually hire chefs to prepare your meals for you. Now, I'm not talking about, and for me, I'm not talking about like the big, like, those big chefs that come in and bring all their stuff and do all this other stuff, and it costs a ton. I'm talking about those folk that are in culinary school that are looking for opportunities to practice and hone their skills, or maybe even they're established chefs that are looking to provide some consistent income for themselves and their companies. Well, hey, you know what? We're going to give this one a shot this year because I am looking to eat healthier and I want a wider variety of food selections. So I'll keep you posted on that one. And if any of you all have any suggestions for chefs, please let me know because, like I said, I am interested in this one. So those are 6 different ways that you can start outsourcing today. It doesn't require much on your end, but it's going to free up a ton of time for you so you can get done whatever it is that you want to get done. So with that, let's get back to your weekend. Have a great one.